everybody on the channel, we're back at it with another G.I. Joe retro unboxing, and today we got something desperately needed in the line, a little army builder action with the G.I. Joe Trooper.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe retro unboxing and review. And today we got something extra special. Might not seem like a lot, but it really is when you break it down, and that's what we're going to do here today with the G.I. Joe Trooper, a good old-fashioned green shirt. But for all your G.I. Joe Trooper needs and a whole lot more, Jay'sToysAndGames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. You know I had to pick up 2 of these from Jay's Toys and Games. They got the new Bat in, they got the latest G.I. Joe wave, they got about 5 different Marvel Legends sets in, all the 2-packs, Batman Returns. Jay's is swimming in products, so head over to Jay's Toys and Games. Tell them Kyle sent you and use the code. Save yourself some money like I did. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this isn't the first time we've got the old-fashioned green shirt from the G.I. Joe lines over the years from Hasbro. But it's been a while, and it's desperately needed in the classified line. We'll call it classified, you know what I mean. In the retro line right here, as we need these guys as some cannon fodder, some people to go out on the front lines there. But I will tell you, there's one thing about a leader, you know, a true leader, Todd McFarlane, named Flint. He leads from the front lines. He's arm in arm with these guys. Now, Duke, just an example, Duke, of course, one of the worst leaders of all time in any cartoon ever. We know how that goes. It was brought to my attention the other day. Did you guys ever know this fact? I guess I knew it, but it didn't really come to the top of my brain. But in all those PSAs for the Joes at the end of the cartoon episodes, do you know which one Joe was never in one of those PSAs? Well, of course, it was Duke. He was never in a PSA. Flint was. Flint's looking out for the kids, and Flint looks out for these guys as well. He knew all of their names. It was one of those crazy things, and I'll never forget it when I was a kid. Story time with Kyle. One time I was at my dad's work, and my dad, you know, ran an insurance company, all this stuff. He's long since retired. But I was always impressed that one time the janitor came up to me. We were going into the elevator, and the janitor of all people came up to me and he said, "Oh, how's it going? You know, just being small talk." I said, "Well, I'm here to visit my dad, you know, and I'm going to play on his computer." And that was the first time I ever saw the internet way back when. But he's like, "Your dad is Tom Peterson." He goes, "Your dad is one of the nicest guys ever. He takes time for people like me." And this janitor throwing himself under the bus, saying he's like less than because he's a janitor. Hey, there's a job for everybody out there. And he told me that like how much he appreciated my dad and how my dad always greeted him and didn't treat him like the gum on his shoe every single day. And try to live my life that way as well. And that's what I learned from my dad and Flint, 2 true leaders. So, back and forth. I don't know who's a better leader, my dad or Flint, but that's the kind of leaders those guys are. And it comes down to these guys, these unnamed troopers, we'll call them for now, but Flint knows their name. But hopefully they'll climb up to the ranks. They'll be the next mainframe. They'll be the next sci-fi. You never know. With a leader like Flint, that could happen and that will happen. Take it to the bank. Unlike that no good pesky Duke that could care less, these guys are cannon fodder to Duke. That's where it was penned the name on that one. So getting off my soapbox here, we're going to dive into it. We're going to dive into this green shirt. A 2-in-1 figure. Man, oh man, you know I'm here for that. And the cool thing is, you can grab any Joe head. You got some extra Joe head, and we all got a little extra head, hopefully, in our lives, if you're lucky enough. You can pop it in, and you can build an army of these guys if you wanted to. So the answer and the choice is yours. But there it is, retro card back here, looking beautiful. You got the typical little sleeve of the figure and all the accessories. Quite the loadout for this one here. And as I said, I picked up 2 of these. There's no way I wasn't going to get 2 of these. Would love to buy a head pack to get some more heads in here, too, as well. G.I. Joe logo right there at the top looking good. Got that Starburst artwork looking good as well. And then on the back, look at that. You got the old school file card. Something desperately missing from the classified line, if you ask me. And just 2 in this set here. You got the Cobra Bat, which we already unboxed on the channel. Check it out. An Army Builder as well. And then the Joe Army Builder here. Very cool in this set. Ones where they only put 2 in here because they know maybe a lot of people are going to buy 2 of each of these. Like myself and maybe you as well. Jibber jabber UPC down low. Let's see what it says about this guy right here. G.I. Joe troopers are the unsung support staff that keep the G.I. Joe Special Operations Force functioning. Basically what I said right there. Among their many vital tasks, these green shirts provide infantry, combat, tactical support, material supply, vehicle maintenance and repair, and sentry duties. Without these grunts backing up our heroes, the Joe team would fail in their missions of defending against Cobra. I could have wrote this. Why am I not hired for this? Why am I not working for one of these companies doing copyright? What are we doing? That's my all-time dream. If you're a toy company out there, I'm a Make-A-Wish kid at this point here. Check it out in the podcast. Look to me and say, Kyle, I got a figure. I want you to write the card back. I want to do it once. That's my goal in life. I'm putting it into the ether right now before I die, which could be tomorrow, which could be a year from now. You never know what it could be. I'm going to write one of these backs because I could have done this. I basically just said the same thing. But yeah, there's no doubt about it. Without these guys, the backbone, and that's like a true leader like Flint, he understands that. He understands that. And we're going to get this Joe out of here. We're going to add him to the forces of good. And I would not be shocked to see this redone. I know it's never happened in any medium before, but could you make these guys Tiger Force Army builders? Could they do that in the future? Could they join up with Night Force, something like that? I think there's some meat on the bone for Hasbro. I wouldn't be against a Tiger Force, Night Force 2-pack. Make one the black guy, one the white guy. Put them in a 2-pack, Hasbro Pulse exclusive, and you have the extra heads and all that stuff there. You can make some army builders out of that. I think that's a good idea. Hasbro, there it is, just waiting for you. See you later, goodbye. Spider-Man style, see you later, goodbye. We do get the G.I. Joe stand. Once again, we usually get the Cobra or Joe stand. I can't believe, once again, Hasbro, I need to help you out here. I just gave you a great idea. Hey, here's another idea I've been preaching forever. Let's get these stands on Hasbro Pulse. Whether you sell a few or thousands, you're already making them. What's it stopping you from putting a 10-pack on there? Put it like $7 or something. I don't know. I wish. It'd probably be $20, but you know what I mean. Let's get those stands out there. Plastic G.I. Joe Trooper Prison right here, looking very good as well. Let's bust it out. We got all kinds of weapons. Got some loadout going on. Extra head, extra helmets, extra weapons, extra fun. Dare I say it? Extra fun. Could be. Could be. And you can make twins. Maybe you can do that too. Get 2 black guys, 2 white guys. It's the Twin Brigade. They're twins. See you later. Skyhook style. Looking good right there. Let's get down to business here. Let's start it off with these extra hands. How about 2 Fists of Fury, 2 Fists of Fury, black, white, mix and match. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Do it Michael Jackson style. It's black, it's white. Put them both on there. Or you're exactly right. Ebony and Ivory style, Stevie Wonder, Paul McCartney. Never forget. They joined people and they joined us here in our hearts. That's what they did in the 80s there. Never forget Sir Paul McCartney. And then you got 2 trigger hands here, 2 trigger hands out of the package there. All the bases covered in the hands department. You do get a little knife here. Gotta have a little knife. Got the tan on the bottom, silver on the blade. Ready to stab somebody at a moment's notice. When the guns start jamming and not working anymore, you gotta dive into that. We do got a little pistol. Always gotta have a little pistol with these guys. Got one here. Once again, they got the tan colors. Almost reminds me of the Valorverse weapons colors and some of the Valorverse stuff there. Got that going on. You got the iconic G.I. Joe green shirt weapon, the iconic G.I. Joe weapon in the cartoon, of course. And I know some people go comics first. I always go cartoon first. It's the way we were brought up. It just depends where you were. I go cartoon first, then toys probably, then comics, maybe. I don't know. Comics is a third for me, though. I know some people don't like to hear it, but you like what you like. You know what you know. You do what you do, and you dance where you got to dance. I think something like that. But this is the iconic weapon back in the day for the Joes. Everybody had this one, standard issue. I think the first day you sign up for the Joe team, they're like, here you go. You got to take one of these. And we got that right here. Makes a lot of sense. And then we do have this weapon here, which reminds me an awful lot of Duke in Tiger Force. When Flint was super nice to let Duke into Tiger Force, he said, I don't really want you in here, but you know what? I'm a nice guy. He's a charity case after all, and we're going to put him in there. So reminds me of Duke's weapon here, a nice little one. And oh, yep, we got a little magazine on here. And what is this? Thievery Monthly. Somebody be thieving every single month. Some of the greatest people, what's that say? Some of the greatest robbers and thieves of all time. People that steal your taxpayer dollars, people that rob from the elderly and the children. That's terrible. I can only think of one person that might be up to shenanigans like that. But that's not my kind of magazine there. I don't know what that green shirt's doing. I guess he's doing a little extra intel on the team. I guess that's what he's up to. But does look good in the weapon department. But now we're diving into the Joe right here. I guess we'll start with the helmet. Did we get this with Steeler and Short Fuse just recently, I think? And I think we got a lot of reuse out of this one, which I don't complain about that too much. It's a green shirt. Makes sense. It's what are you supposed to do? You're not going to dress them up like sci-fi and call it a green shirt. So makes sense to me. But you do got the visor. Visor movable on this one, as we've seen before. Nice to see that. Now we're getting into the head department here, and this is where I specialize in a little head. We know that. We got the white guy, you got the black guy. Choose your own adventure. As I say, why not both? Let's get both of them here. Both very stoic looks on him here. The white guy got a haircut you can almost set your watch to. It looks a little uneven on that haircut. You might need to go back to that haircut place. A little uneven on the top. Got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and a nose and a mouth for both these guys. So they're playing those hits, looking good. No real expressions here. I will say the black guy, though, he's got some kind of creepy eyes. It almost looks like he's like possessed. He reminds me of, Land of the Dead. Was that the one after the Dawn of the Dead? After Land of the Dead in like the 90s, 2000s, 2004, 2005, when all the zombies were coming out of the sea. George Romero, you guys know what I mean. But there was that black guy. He was like the big guy. He had the goatee, and he looked like he meant business. You wouldn't want to mess with him. I think it was Land of the Dead. I don't think it was Dawn of the Dead. Getting my deads confused. But he looks like the guy coming out of the sea a little bit in the eyes. Like his eyes should be yellow. And you know there's like, oh, this is a big dude, and there's something going on because he's got yellow eyes. Maybe, maybe not, but he's got that look to him right there. But there's something off with this one. There's something off. Maybe Duke got to him. Duke got in his ear. Who knows? I don't know. Both heads, though, are fine for me. Looks good. There you go. But let's dive into this green shirt here. Now, you do got the vest over the top. He's got one of those canisters here. As we do know, you got to be careful. Duke will sneak right by you and pull that on you if you're not careful. He's just a menace. A menace is what that Duke is. Looking good, though, with that vest there. No pockets, anything like that to store anything in. You do get the backpack hole in the back. No backpack with this one, no. You do got the arms here, a little bit of sculpted in pockets on the arms. Once again, this is reuse on this body. Holster on the side down here. We got an extra holster in the front. I don't know what that would hold, though. I don't know if it's just one of those things where they just reuse stuff and are getting to the point where maybe we shouldn't have reused that. But we can hold the little pistol there. I'm not sure what the front one is for. Nothing there because you got the knife holster on the side over here. This is too big to hold the magazine from that one, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. I don't know, it is what it is. But he does got the green outfit, darker green pants. The pants are darker green than the top here. You got like a lime skittle green undershirt underneath. He's got the collar, so he's ready to walk right into Club Grayskull if need be at a moment's notice. You do got the combat boots down there in brown, looking very nice. Arms going to go all the way around for us. Butterfly shoulders, bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows playing all the hits. 2 trigger hands out of the package, as I mentioned. You do get the ab crunch, waist articulation. Those big old yo-jo splits ready to go. Drop down hips as well. Leg goes up, thigh cut. Double jointed, pinless knees, extremely tight on this guy here, but we do got the pinless knees. Boot cut, ankles back forth, side to side, up and down. Our usual Joe hits being played right there. And how well does this helmet fit on him? Fits pretty darn good, if you ask me. He's ready to go. He's ready to protect the world. He's ready to defend Cobra. That's what he's ready to. And he's ready to fit on a Mattel ringside stand. Use code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at ringside if you need some of those stands. And there it is. That's the green shirt. But we're not done. I guess he could have fit on his normal stand. But it's fun to do the test. It's just a force of habit at this point. But we do got his friend here. I did get 2 of these, as I said. I just opened up the other one right before I did this video. It's white, it's black, choose your own adventure, but like I said, you gotta have both, and I'm not opposed to grabbing some extra heads and placing them on here, getting a few more of these if they go to clearance in the future. Once again, just hitting right now, Jay's has these in stock, so pick them up if you need them. We do got the yin and yang. You got that bat from that same wave, so another army builder. Have these guys square off against each other if you need to. And then we got the true leader of G.I. Joe. We went old school. We went OG Flint right here for this one. The true leader of the Joe team, as we do know, and drives me absolutely crazy, and that's why people do it. I understand it, but a lot of people say, haven't you seen that YouTube clip where it says, Flint says, first it goes Hawk and all that? And I said, I've covered this 100 times on the YouTube channel, guys. I've covered it 100 times. That's exactly what a true leader would say. Some may say, Kyle, you're a true leader in life and a lot of things. And I appreciate people that say that. But I'll never say, I'm the leader of this team, guys. I'm the leader. I'll say, nope, it's this guy, this guy. all while being the true leader in the background is what Flint's doing, because he's leading from the front. He's leading the green shirts. He treats everybody with respect. That's a true leader. Think of your day in, day out job every single day. There might be your boss. This is the leader of the company, and it's great if that guy is the true leader, but it's very rare. There's usually another guy you work side by side, a guy that's been there for a while, you look to for advice. That's the true leader of the company. That's the true leader of the Joe team. That's Flint. So there you go, a little history lesson for you. And I would say if you're still confused, go back to G.I. Joe unboxing number 1, follow them in order, watch them all in order, be something good for the holiday season, and you'd learn a lot. Trust me, you'd learn a lot. But there it is, Flint, bat, green shirts, ready to party here today. What's your thoughts on this one? You need it in your collection. You need a couple of green shirts. How many do you need? Let me know, and if you got any good ideas for extra ways to make more of these guys that I haven't thought of, let me know in the comments as well. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships every single day over there as well. 2 YouTube channels as well. It's a wild time over here. It's a wild thing, let me tell you. Sir Paul 64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. My weekly podcast where you can get all kinds of business advice, life lesson advice, you name it. Must have, must watch, must listen to podcast every single week. The Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday, wherever podcasts found, video cast on YouTube. So for little G.I. Joe green shirts, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
I'm sorry.